I'm Jessica Nelson, and I live in Delafield. So my husband's name is Burke. He was in the military. We've been living overseas the last 4 years, and we're finally back home. We've got 2 kids, Eliza and Levi. Eliza is 4, Levi is 2, and they were both born overseas, so getting to see all of their firsts back home by family is really exciting. I've been going to Hope Church since the grand opening in September, and immediately after the first service, I knew that I needed to come back. So my husband's name is Burke, and he didn't initially start going to Hope. First, it was just me and the kids. And then I was able to bring him on board with us, and he really enjoyed Hope from the first service that he went to. So it's just been great being able to grow spiritually together. We've never been able to do that before. When I was born, my parents decided to raise my brother and I Jewish. My dad's Jewish and my mom was Lutheran. And so we would go to temple on high holy days. We'd go to church on the holidays. So it was never really consistent. And as a result of both religions, my brother and I never really connected with one religion or the other. We also didn't really feel welcome in our temple or in any church that we attended because we just always felt like we were the outsiders. The first time that I was at Hope, everything that Jason said, I just felt like he was speaking directly at me. Then I started Pathways. My group was just so welcoming and understanding, and I initially, like the first night, I thought I was going to be judged for being an outsider yet again, and it was like I just meshed with the group completely, like they were my brothers and sisters, and so that kept me going. I finally looked forward to going to Pathways and to church. I've never experienced that before. So then I did Starting Point, which is also where a lot of connections were being made for me because, you know, growing up in 2 religions, I had these big, major questions that have never been able to be answered by parents, family members, rabbis, pastors, and Jason answered them and then some for me. And so I think it was after Starting Point where I finally felt like this is my home, this is where I'm supposed to be. A huge part of my faith story is I was really close to my grandma, and she is probably one of the most religious people I've known, and she always had just such a strong faith. She got really sick and was in the hospital, and I was there with her when she took her last breath. But shortly before that, I asked to spend some time with just her, and I told her, even though she couldn't, I felt like she couldn't understand me or hear me, but I told her I am not going to ever stop seeking my faith. And literally the second that I said that, she opened her eyes for the first time that day and looked at me, and then she took her last breath. And so I felt like I owed it to her. Since coming to Hope, my faith has changed and grown way quicker than I ever anticipated. And because of that, because I've been so keen on going every Sunday and going every Tuesday, and taking those next steps, I feel like that's really just propelled my faith journey so much quicker than I ever expected. And it's just been really exciting.